Hi, so in today's video I'm going to look at one of the first questions you'll probably come across when you're thinking about a career in medicine, which is where do I begin? So what I've done is I've put together a snapshot overview of the different steps that you might come across in a career path in medicine so that you're aware from the outset of all the different components, so you can explore that. And I'll also cover a little bit about the application process, and then at the end give you a few bullet points about where I would begin. So let's go straight in and start looking at an overview of a medical career. So when you start looking at a career in medicine, you'll probably be around school age. As I mentioned, you might actually be beyond school. You might have gone on to do a degree, or indeed started working in a different field and want to change and start a career in medicine. However, I'm going to take the example of somebody at school. That first purple line is GCSEs and the second one is A levels. By the time you get to the blue bar, that's probably the first entry point. So after your A levels, in terms of starting the medical training. So in order to get in at that point, what you would need to do actually starts before that. So at the very least, you would have started thinking about a career in medicine. You would have started preparing your GCSEs and A-level exams, and there are quite high exam entry grades that you need to achieve. And the application process will definitely have begun by your A-level first year, because at the start of your second year is when you'll need to submit an application form if you're going to aim for that blue bar. The application form is a UCAS form, and that will have on it space for a personal statement where you'll need to give reasons why you want to do medicine and what efforts you put in to really understand what a career is about, and demonstrate some of the skills and attributes in there that you have. That will be coupled with a report or a reference, probably from your school, and also your predicted grades if you're applying from that stage. Obviously, if you're later, you'll have grades. Some universities will also ask you to do a BMAT or a UCAT exam, and also there'll be some form of interviews. But the key thing here is it does not matter about what background you're coming from. I know that because I've been through the process, but also because I do interviewing for medical schools. I mean, the work I'm doing here in these videos is from my own personal journey and background and the voluntary work I've been doing to support others. But having sat on interview panels, having chaired interview panels, I know that it doesn't matter what your background is. What we are looking for is your skills, your interest, your passion, your aptitude, and your potential for being a great doctor. Okay, so don't let your background hold you back. Key thing with stage one, therefore, is the earlier you can start, the better it'll be, because it gives you time to explore a career in medicine. And even if you've come right to the point where you need to submit an application form, there will still be time to do some work to explore. So really do take the time. I'll show you why in a second. And in another video, I'll talk about the different ways you can explore a career in medicine and get work experience. But so that's stage one. So what are you applying for? So what generally you're applying for is undergraduate training. So this undergraduate training is anything between about 4 and 6 years. For some people, it will be longer, and you might choose to make it longer because you want to go part-time, or because you want to do, as well as an intercalated degree, you might want to do a master's or a PhD. After that, you'll be spending 2 years usually doing foundation training. So this is when you become a doctor. You'll be on the GMC, so the General Medical Council register as a junior doctor, and you will be doing work in clinical settings, so hospitals, GP practices, community settings, and other settings across medical specialities. After this, you'll usually embark on a period of specialist training. So you're a doctor, but you are usually a trainee, or a registrar. And the specialist training will be of 2 or 3 varieties. So you can have run-through training, you might have core and specialist training, or there may be other options for training. For this training, depending on which specialty you go for, can be anything between 3 to 7 or more years. So already you're seeing that from the point of your application until the point of completing your specialist training, so when you are included on the GMC register as a specialist or a consultant, we're talking over 10 years, so a long period of time. The bit that people don't often realise is that it doesn't stop there, but actually there's many years more that you'll be practicing medicine. And not only practicing medicine, but the training doesn't stop there either. You'll be growing as a person, you might be growing your specialism, you might be leading the way in a particular area. So this is the time when your specialist practice and your wider development really flourishes. You might be interested in leadership or academia, you might want a portfolio career or even go wider. So for me, I did my training in surgery, and then I did my specialist training in public health, and now I'm a specialist, and I absolutely love my job at the moment. I work part of my time with a major think tank and health and care organisations across UK, helping develop systems and staff for population health. But also I work for 2 universities, training medical students and also doing interviewing. So I've got a fantastic combination that works really well for me. And the exciting thing is that in medical specialisms, you've got the opportunity to do exactly the same. And it's about, at that point, finding that combination that really unlocks your fullest potential. And then beyond that, there's the retirement phase. And by no means is that the end. It's a lifelong process that you're applying for. And therefore, do take the time to really look into the options and make sure that this is the career for you. Having gone through it, I wouldn't change it for the world. I think it's absolutely fabulous. But working with people from across health and care, I can also tell you that there are so many amazing jobs in health and care. So really do take the time to have a look and make sure it is for you. So what are my top 3 tips for where to begin? So first and foremost, use whatever time you have to explore what career is the best for you. You, uniquely you, and all that you bring, and all the things that you right now want, know of yourself that you enjoy doing and want to do. It could be medicine, so look into that. And like I say, I'll talk about work experience in a different video, but it could be something else as well. So have a look at the other options that exist. Secondly, be really aware of the application process and the hurdles, as it were, that you'll have to jump. So when you need to get what in by, and also be aware that things change. So make sure you're reading and rereading things like the UCAS website to look just in case things have changed, particularly in the current landscape. And third thing, whatever you choose, just be confident and believe in yourself. It can be a really daunting process, but don't let it overwhelm you. Really believe in what you bring. And whatever you choose, know that you will be playing a really important role in health and care. Okay, so find the best way to use your unique strengths and always remember that support's available. Stay connected and look for the support because there's so many things out there to help you, including my videos, but loads of other things too. Hopefully that was helpful in giving you a sense of the overview of a medical career and also a sense of the application process and some of my thoughts where you can begin. If you liked the video, then do click like, subscribe if you want to hear more. As ever, do share. So if you know somebody who's also interested or who might want a helping hand, then do share with them also.